But we begin with the start of the trial for State Trooper Brian North. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us here for the News at 5. I'm Keisha Grant.
And I'm Mike Heideck. Brian North is charged with manslaughter in connection with the death of 19-year-old Mubarak Soulemane. He is the first trooper in more than a decade to be charged in a deadly shooting.
NBC Connecticut's Braceda Landaverde was in the courtroom today and joins us live now from Milford. Braceda, who took the stand?
Yeah, well, Mike and Keisha, it was a really packed day. Now, to start off the morning, we heard from the Soulemane family and just regarding all of the 19-year-old's struggles with mental health during his teenage years while he was a high school student. And then much of the afternoon was focused on testimony from the Norwalk Police Department. Outside the courtroom, there were signs of support for State Trooper Brian North. Meanwhile, the family of Mubarak Soulemane leaned on each other.
They've been looking forward to this day for a long time, and they're very eager to get the trial going.
North is accused of shooting and killing 19-year-old Soulemane back on January 15, 2020. Authorities say Soulemane allegedly stole a vehicle in Norwalk, and then there was a police chase that ended in West Haven, where Soulemane was fatally shot after he displayed a knife. Soulemane's sister was one of the first people to testify on Monday. She said her brother suffered from schizophrenia and was having an episode shortly before he was killed.
I spoke to him that week before he passed, and I can tell, by just speaking to him, he was pretty erratic, like he was definitely experiencing like a mania, and I was someone who he often called when he was in that state.
Soulemane's girlfriend, Julia Johnson, also testified saying the 19-year-old was not acting like himself the day before. Johnson identified the knife Soulemane was holding and said it was taken from her place.
The absence of that knife combined with his erratic, manic state is concerning, correct?
Correct.
A large portion of the afternoon was focused on whether or not Soulemane driving away in his Lyft driver's vehicle from a gas station in Norwalk was an auto theft or carjacking incident.
We use this term carjacking, but in terms of your law enforcement training, is there a difference between a carjacking and an ordinary automobile theft?
I mean, ordinary automobile theft involves no physical force when the vehicle was taken.
Okay, and carjacking does?
Carjacking does.
When you terminated a pursuit, you did it because you made an assessment that it was not a crime of violence and therefore didn't warrant a dangerous pursuit. Is that basically it?
Yes.
The defense played dispatch recordings and pressed authorities with the Norwalk Police Department on whether that information was correctly passed to nearby state troopers.
Is it fair to say that it was broadcast over the radio that this stolen car incident was now being investigated as a carjacking, suspect has a knife?
Correct.
Now, looking ahead at tomorrow, the trial begins again at 10 a.m. and the state says that they will call to the stand the Lyft driver from January 15th, as well as members from a crime task force. Live in Milford, Braceda Landaverde, NBC Connecticut News. Back to you.